What is up, guys? Gary Oak here. First, I want to open up by apologizing for no video yesterday. I am a college student, and yesterday was one of my final days, and I was busy with finals pretty much all day. But anyway, coming back to my video, today is my number 2 spot, which is Burning Abyss. This deck profile actually isn't from me. It comes from a good friend of mine named Caleb, and he's been playing BA for quite some time now, so I figured I'd use his deck rather than something of my own creation, just because he knows what the fuck he's doing. So without any further ado, let's jump right in. First thing about the Burning Abyss is they have a couple different floating effects. If you control a monster that's not Burning Abyss, they get destroyed. And if you have no spell or traps, you can special summon them from your hand. So that means rank 3 Xyz plays are super easy, and I don't have the extra deck filled out just because I didn't get a full deck profile for it. I couldn't capture. He sent me a picture of his deck list, and there's about 4 of the cards I couldn't really see, and the side deck I just didn't do because side decks come and go and I play singles. But anyway, without further ado, let's jump right in. First up is Sir. If Sir is sent to grave, you can special summon a BA card in your graveyard to the field. So that means, if you make Dante or any of these rank 3s, you pitch Sir and use Sir to special summon another one in grave. Just really awesome way of just cycling your shit pretty damn consistently. Next up is Libic. You can special summon one from your hand with Libic when Libic's sent. You run Libic as a one of. Next is Farfa, and Farfa's sweet because it allows you to banish something on the field until the end phase. That allows you to get some sick damage in with an attack, or also dealing with some pretty damn annoying Xyz monsters that still have material. Next is Farfa, or not Farfa, fuck, Graf. If Graf's in the graveyard, you special summon a BA card from your deck. So, Sir is grave, Libic is hand, Graf is deck. Next up is Barbar, and of course they can't special summon themselves, but you run so many fucking Burning Abyss cards, you'll just summon something. Barbar has a really cool effect. Barbar is something that a lot of players that play BA are just not really running. If it's sent to grave, you banish 3 Burning Abyss cards in your grave except Barbar, and for each one you do, you can deal 900 to your opponent. It's the game's equivalent. It's not the game. It's Burning Abyss's equivalent to Cowboy. Just because their attack values aren't ridiculously high, it's just the consistency of the deck. Like I said, the theme of Week of isn't really. It's not the fact that they're super powerful broken effects, it's just the fact that these decks are so consistent. Next up is Skarm. Skarm actually allows you to add 1 level 3 Dark Fiend type monster from deck to hand. So the cool thing about that is you can obviously go for a BA card, or you could even go for a tour guide. And the cool thing about tour guide is she negates their effects, so they wouldn't pop when she special summons them, allowing you once again free rank 3s. Next up is Rubik, which if what is Rubik's effect? Yeah, Rubik just has very generic effects. Rubik's a tuner though, so the key for Rubik is the fact that he's how you get out Virgil, which is basically Virgil and Dante are what you're going to make 99% of the time. 3 Effect Veilers, just because Effect Veiler too strong. Mathematician, because Mathematician's once again really strong for any deck that needs shit to hit grave. 1 Tour Guide from the Underworld. Foolish, yada da da da. Firelink of the Burning Abyss, personally my favorite Burning Abyss card, effect-wise. You basically send 2 face-up Burning Abyss monsters you control to grave, then target 3 cards on the field and destroy them. So that means if you have, just let's say, you for some reason you have 2 on the field, and your opponent and you have like a Farfa and something else on the field, a Sir, and your opponent has an Xyz and 3 back row. You can use use the Farfa effect, banish the Xyz, use the Sir effect to get Farfa back out, So you have, 1,000 attacker, and you're popping all 3 back row. Next up's Regeki, which allows you to discard and destroy one. Once again, good because all of these float when they hit grave. Same with Phoenix Windblast, Karma Cut. It's a running theme. You discard with this a lot. Fiend Griefing, which that is really good for the mirror match and also good for certain effects. Basically, you shuffle one card in grave, your opponent's grave, into deck, and you send one from your deck to grave. A very powerful card with this deck. 3, Mind Crush, because it's Mind Crush. 2, Breakthrough, because it's Breakthrough. The Skill Drain is actually a really interesting play. The cool thing about Skill Drain is it allows you to have, your non-BA cards on the field with your BA cards, opening up more plays. All their effects activate from grave, so Skill Drain doesn't really stop it. And Skill Drain's awesome for Acid Golem when you just need a big booty. Next is Torrential. Torrentials is actually really solid for this deck because, once again, everything floats. Crush card, everything floats, and Mistake. As for extra, you have Virgil. You can discard a card, target one card on your opponent's field or grave, shuffled in the deck, and then if it's sent to the graveyard, you draw a card. Just you run it as a one of. It's just a good way to plus, and also dealing with pesky cards like not Mass Law, Dark Law, things of that nature. 3, Dante. Dante has the effect you mill 3 and he gains 500 for each one. And if you sent to grave, you can target a BA card in your grave and add it to your hand. 3, Downards. Basically, you put Downard on top of your Dante, and you're pretty fucking set on playing the defensive game. 2, Acid Golems, which, like as I said, Acid Golem has a good combo Skill Drain. 1, Alucard, because rank 3s are easy, and you can hate back row with it, and 1, Wind Up Sid Mice. So that's the deck. I will have some gameplay up for it here in a bit. But remember, if you enjoyed this video, rate the video, like the video, subscribe. One last shout out to Caleb for the deck profile. Thanks guys, see ya.